However, I am conscious of my constitutional role under Article 11(2) of the Constitution of Alumni. It is to support all the members of the executive. So whenever there is a gap, it is my constitutional role to provide this support to step in. And I can assure you that in that area, I'm not going to fail you. So my role is not to usurp the functions of the executive as an ex-officio member, but to provide that support. And I can assure you, I will be there according to the constitution of our association. My idea of an alumnus is that it should be something, it's like a family thing that you should be proud of, It's something that you can lean on. It should be a win-win situation, You benefit from the alumnus, from the alumni association, and they benefit from you as well. You network, things like that. It should be a win-win situation. It should be an association. You should be looking forward to attend the meeting, to attend the lineup events. You should have a diary, calendar for the year, and it's something you should be proud of. That is my idea, that is my dream of kind of alumni association. I'm looking forward, to support the executive to give to our members. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jideoke. Can we all mute, please? Thank you. For questions for Mr. Jideoke, please raise your hands for anyone who has any further questions for him to be able to support his position as for contesting as an ex-officio member. Right, thank you very much. Since there are no further questions for Mr. Jideoke, I'm not sure if Mr. Olushola Akibu is here. He's contesting for publicity secretary. Because he's not present. So I think we're just going to move on, and hopefully if he is able to, probably will be able to join us at some point. The next contestant that I'm going to introduce is Mr. James Akinyemi, who is contesting for the role of a social secretary. Mr. James Akinyemi, I will call on you to take the floor. And again, the question we're posing to you is, what makes you unique for the position that you are contesting? And what should an ideal alumni community look like? You can take the floor now. Thank you. Is Mr. James Akinyemi here today?
I don't think Mr. James is online.
Okay, all right. Okay, so thank you. So we'll just move along so that we can stay within our schedule that we've put together. So I will call upon, hopefully he's here as well, Mr. Olanrewaju Yunus Aborode. Sorry, excuse my pronunciation, I'm not too. And he's contesting for financial secretary. Is Mr. Aborode here? Yunus Aborode.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
The name is Mrs. Olanrewaju Yunus Aborode.
Oh, I am very sorry because I only saw on my list Olanrewaju Yunus Aborode, which
it's
is
all right. Everybody has Olanre is a man, so it's all right.
Yes, I'm very sorry. So, Mrs. Olanrewaju Yunus Aborode, again, the question we posed to you is, what makes you unique for the position you are contesting? And what should an ideal alumni community look like to you? You have the floor for 2 minutes.
Like I said, my name is Olanrewaju Yunus Aborode. I finished from USWA 1996. I'm vying for the post of the financial secretary. And as a financial secretary, I will be supporting the treasurer in the money matters relating to the alumni. I've been running my own business for the past 11 years now. I don't have an accounting background, but I know about ledgers and I know plus and minus, expenditure and expenses, income. And I think all the other experience I'm going to bring into the ESCO if given the opportunity. And for me, an alumni is should be a gathering of opportunities and socializing. It should be an enjoyable gathering where people meet. It should be a gathering where, even though we don't see ourselves, we can help ourselves. It's, for me, an alumni should be a business club where people can, be able to tap into opportunities of other people. And I haven't served as a community leader where I stay. My experience is vast and it cuts across all kinds of social stratas. I live in Aberdeen, Scotland, and of course, coming into this post is also an opportunity for inclusion of all the other section of the UK. Like I said, my background is not accounting, but having managed a business for about 11 years, I think I'm quite qualified to run this organization. And I'm a good team player as well. And all this I'm going to bring to the organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is it possible to put your... Am I echoing? Is it just me? Okay, sorry, I could hear myself echo. For us to be able to see your face, just so that the members of the alumni will be able to know you. For those of us that don't know everyone, please. Especially, thank you very much. Thank you. Any further questions for Mrs. Olanrewaju? Okay, thank you very much. So I'm going to move right along. Now, I am going to call on Mrs. Olufemi Adegboruwa, who is contesting for the post of treasurer for the alumni. And Mrs. Olufemi, I'm going to pose the same question to you. What makes you unique for the position that you are contesting for? And what should an alumni community look like? You have 2 minutes, and so you can have the floor. Thank you. Is Mrs. Olufemi here? Okay. I thought she logged on earlier on. Mrs. Olufemi.
She's frozen or something.
Okay. But I saw her name earlier on when she logged in. Is it possible?
Yeah, she's there. She's frozen or something. She's frozen. She's there.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, good evening. Please, you have the floor, Mrs. Olufemi. If Mrs. Olufemi can log off and log on so that we can then call her back once she's back on, because we definitely cannot hear her. Excuse me. Then, thank you.
Just back.
So we're going to, okay, Mrs. Olufemi, are you back? Can you hear us?
Can you please unmute yourself if you're back?
Hello, Mrs. Olufemi.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, connecting to the audio now. You're on mute, so if you unmute yourself, we definitely can't hear you. You're showing that you're on mute. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
We can
So
hear you.
our question to you is, what makes you unique for the position of treasurer that you're contesting for, and what do you think an ideal alumni community should look like? You have the floor for 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Olufemi Adegborowa. I'm a graduate of Integrated Science Education in 1995. And I run my personal business, and I've been in business for a while.
Hello, Mrs. Olufemi, you are really cutting off, so we really can't hear you.
And also very good with money. I'm prudent, I'm accountable, you know, a team worker. I'm ready to work with. Cutting off. Oh, my internet is cutting off. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Hello, you have been cutting off. We couldn't really hear what you were saying, except the last bit. So most of what you said, we could not hear.
Oh.
Do you want to log off and come back on again and see if that works?
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to call the next set of people. Hello?
I have a knowledge of bookkeeping. I've been working at...
We really cannot hear you, unfortunately.
Okay.
Can you log off and come back in? And then I'll call you again at that point. Okay, thank you. So the next set of people we are going to call are both contesting for the role of General Secretary. So I'm going to call the first person,
okay.
Mr. Kenneth Olubusi. You have 3 minutes to take when you take the floor. And again, we ask you the same set of questions, which what makes you unique for the position that you are contesting, and what should an ideal alumni community look like? Mr. Kenneth Olubusi, please take the floor.
Ms. Moderator, thank you very much. I think I directed a question to you, but I don't think you answered that question, which is fine. I was looking to share some bullet points and in terms of PowerPoint, but that's fine. I think I can go through this. Can I just say very big congratulations to everyone here today? You know, it's been
Mr. Olubusi, you can share content and then while your presentation, if you do want that.
That's great, thank you. So while right, I don't know, it's not allowing me. So does this add to my time? No, right. Okay, let's crack on. Don't worry, that's fine. Time is of essence to every one of us. I know I've got 3 minutes, but can I just say a very big thank you to these massive organizations, to the electoral body as well. I want to say a very big thank you to you. It's been a milestone, and thank you very much again. Why am I unique? You cannot give what you don't have. I've got a few things that actually makes me a very, very unique person. Number one, my goals and vision for this organization my strengths and values and past experiences and successes. These are the things that defines me. I studied microbiology. And for people that know me, I was opportuned to be a president of the Faculty of Science. We had about 7,000 students when I was the president, and my successes were there to actually speak for me. Again, being in UK here, I have been part of this great association for almost 10 years now. I am a committed person to this organization. I talked about my value, my strengths. My value is positivity, adaptability. I am flexible. I am committed. I am trusted. I am, trustworthy. So these are the things that defines me. These are the things that makes me a unique person. I don't want to go back to, the things that I've talked about. Every one of us here, I'm pretty sure we witnessed the what's it called? The 40th Gala Founders Night. With the help of people that are here, some of the people that are here, the planning committee, I think I showcased the talent that I have. You can remember, if you flash back, the Tuesday program we had was actually hosted by me, where question and answer by the VC to the VC and things like that. Single-handedly, and at a point in time, with the help of my very good friend Larry Eunice, we set up the Scottish branch of the UK and Ireland Alumni Association. As at today, to the glory of God, I think we have almost 30 people. One of the key things that I think separates me from others is the vision that I have. When you look at the things that I put across to the platform, the water platform, keyword, things like inclusiveness. People has got to be included. We've got to include everyone, irrespective of your age, your sexual orientation, your age, your location, wherever you are from. To buttress that point, no one in this organization recognizes the fact that we have 4 countries that makes up UK. We have Northern Ireland. I am proud to tell everyone here, we have folks from Northern Ireland who are part of the Scottish brand. That is what we have done. I co-hosted the Saturday, I think it was on Sunday, the grand finale of that organization, the founders, the 40 days founders, 40 years founders gala night we had. It's one of the best in the business, DJ Abbas. If you remember me, you will see my face. So you cannot bring what you do not have. I was a past president of the Faculty of Science. I was a student representative of postgraduate students in the University of Aberdeen. I wanted to show the picture to University of Aberdeen. There are folks here that came all the way from London. The ability that I have to penetrate to get things done, I went into University of Aberdeen because I am a member of that university. It's a wealth of experience that I think I've got. And can I just say this? This organization has gone through a lot. And for the folks that knows me, I have always traveled from Edinburgh in Scotland to London to attend meetings for the past 6-7 years. No one gives me money. Can I just say this again? At the founders grand finale, we had palm wine. It was co-funded by me and a person of, Kyle Dejimo. I didn't take money from anyone. That was not part of the money that was budgeted. It's called commitment. Can I just say this again? We all love the brochure we had at that program. With the help of big minds and big brains we have, I spearheaded that brochure. I have so many things to bring on board. Experience. I'm the secretary of the neighborhood watching where I live. People see things in me. I am the president, I am the chairman of the funding, the building committee of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Edinburgh, Potter House. I manage people, I'm an agile project manager. I transform myself from studying microbiology to going into software engineering, adaptability. Now, what does this alumni, what does it look like? Where everyone will have a part to play. We all have a role to play. I detailed some of the things on ground. I said, number one of the key things we are doing in Scotland is people are coming. People keep coming in. I have been around to stand for people as guarantor for them to get accommodation, to get houses. When we got to this country 20 years ago, or wherever it is, there was no one to tell us what to do. But we've got to start talking to people in terms of immigration, in terms of career. We were told you can only do care jobs, you can only do security jobs. When we go into this country, these are the things we can do. Inclusiveness. So this is what I've seen this organization. We're brothers, we're sisters. Whoever wins today will get my support. But I believe I've got your votes because I've got what it takes. My background, my past experience, my integrity. These are the things that stand for me. So I count on everyone here tonight and everyone that I know here tonight to vote for me as a secretary of this great organization. Let's not forget that when the president is not available and the vice president is not available, the onus is always going to be on the secretary to perform. You cannot give what you don't have. I have performed at the highest level, and I'm always going to be ready to perform and give my best to this organization because I've done that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth Olubusi. Can we have questions for Mr. Olubusi? Any questions? Questions? Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Olubusi, for that. I'm now going to call on Miss Ifejobi Okeyode, who is also contesting for the role of General Secretary. Again, Miss Ifejobi, you have 3 minutes, and our question to you is this: what makes you unique for the position you are contesting, and what should an ideal alumni community look like? Over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mr. Fejobi, you are echoing. I think it's because you have two devices.
Bear with me 1 second. Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Ifejobi Okeyode. I finished from then Oswa in 1993. I studied biochemistry. I just give you a bit of my. I currently work as an advanced nurse practitioner with the NHS. I've been a nurse now for over 20 years. I currently manage a team of nurse specialists in one of the local NHS trusts, not too far from where I live. The reason why I put myself forward for the role of the secretary is because I feel I am ready to serve, I'm ready to work, and I feel I've got certain skills that I feel I need to utilize in order to move this alumni forward. A lot of people probably don't know me. I have been a silent observer. I think up until this year, after we had the 40th anniversary, and then I saw it. That was when I actually started getting really interested, because I think that forum brought a lot of us together. And when we went back, I was reflecting, thinking, you know what, I think it's time I put myself forward and try and serve and be useful in this community. One of the things that people say about me, or that's unique about me, is I always seem to have a different perspective to things. So when people are going along in a particular direction and things start to get a bit confused or things start to get a bit muddled, I seem to be the person to draw everybody back to the drawing board. I have very, very excellent organizational skills. I do things, I get things going. If you give me a task, I do it, I complete it. I'm very approachable, I'm very open. I take risks. I'm not afraid to speak up. I think a lot of people know me that if I don't miss my words. I'm very straightforward. I say things as it is. And another thing that I do have, which I probably myself know, if I'm in any organization, in any setting, I am always kind of creative. So I bring a different flair, different flavor. I'm very innovative. I suggest new ideas, new ways of doing things, new ways of working, just to try and bring a different flavor to things. So sometimes when you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, it gets boring, it gets mundane, it gets monotonous. And then you start thinking, okay, people are getting really bored. What can I do? And I just throw something in, people just run with it, people just grab it. And I've got lots of examples from where I work at the moment. I'm resilient. I work very well under pressure. I'm not intimidated. I am very, very confident. I was sort of nominated to join the CC when the CC chair left, and we're at this meeting. And we were looking for other members to join, and I think a few people nominated me to join. I was a bit reluctant initially, but then I thought, you know what, why not give it a go? And I joined. And since I joined, I think the CC has been more vibrant. You communicate a lot, you do. And sometimes when you're in a place and you're thinking, oh my God, everybody's just, getting really tired, really worn out, what do? You inject some positivity, you inject some vavavoom, you inject some, you just bring up something just to motivate people. I am a motivator. That is what I do well. Like I said, I do manage a team of nurses and where I am. So being a secretary is not really new to me. And there is much more to secretarial job than just taking minutes, just, convening meetings and things like that. There's so many things that that you can attribute to the secretarial role. You're the person who networks with other people. You're the person who brings up, business proposals. You're the person trying to bring everyone together. And it sometimes involves a lot of travel. Like my co-colleague said, he did say he travels a lot. The secretarial role is quite vast. I think it's the most important role in any exco. And I think I'm actually ready for that role. What does a vibrant alumni look like? What should the ideal community alumni look like? I think a community alumni should be an environment where people are. You want to foster friendliness. You want to foster togetherness. You want to foster people. You want to make sure that your alumni, they all have a voice. You want to be sure that they can speak up. You want to be sure that they feel safe in that environment. You're trying to create a conducive environment. You want people to be able to bring their suggestions and ideas. You want to actually listen to feedback. What is the Congress saying? What are people saying? You don't want to be lording yourself over people. We are in this together. You don't want to be there and you're feeling superiority over the person because we all came. There's one thing joining us together, which is our alumni, now called EKSU. Want to create an alumni where people are included. You want to merge the old with the new. There are a lot of people who all have different experiences. We all come from vast backgrounds. We can all come together and, everybody has something to chip in. I don't believe anyone is superior over the other. I think we're all in it together. You also want to share the successes of the alumni. You want to network, you want to build relationships. You want to share one vision. And what I think the vision for our alumni is to raise the profile of our university. That's where we've all come from. And I think I'm ready to serve. I'm ready to work. And I think I have the skills and capabilities to actually carry this through and work with other ESCO if I'm nominated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Fejobi. Any questions for Mr. Fejobi? Do we have any questions for any of the contestants for General Secretary? No? Right, great. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, so we move along now. Is Miss Olufemi back? Is Miss Olufemi back? Because I can see Olufemi there, but I don't know if she can actually hear us or anyway. Okay, so we'll move along since she's not able to. As we know, we are subject to the terms and conditions of technology. And Ms. Olufemi, we still have the same issues. We can't hear you.
Maybe if you're allowed to just go on audio instead of doing video, it will be better from our side.
Yeah. She's not even on audio, video right now. We can't hear you. We're only hearing, half a word, if at all. Maybe you should sign in only with audio only. If you sign back out because of the internet issues. Unfortunately, that's technology for you. Oh, fantastic.
Can you hear me? I'm back.
Now we can. Now we can. So, Mr. Olufemi, if you just use audio only so that you won't cut out again, and if you can start again, so you have your 2 minutes on what makes you unique for the position and what you think an ideal alumni associate committee should look like. Hello. Is she gone again? I'm sure this is not new. We have gotten used to technology having issues these days. Okay, so we're going to move along till we can find Olufemi at some point. The next person we are going to call is Mr. Olumide Adeyemi, who is contesting for the role of Vice Chair or Vice President. Mr. Olufemi, you have 3 minutes when you take the floor. And again, we ask you what makes you unique for the position that you are contesting, and what should an ideal alumni community look like? Mr. Olumide Adeyemi, you can have the floor.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes, we can. Thank you. Good
evening. My name is Olumide Adeyemi, and I live in the Republic of Ireland. Precisely, I live in the capital, Dublin, and I'm contesting for the role of the Vice President. I've volunteered myself to be coordinating the Ireland chapter of this alumni for quite a while now. I just took it upon myself to get some of us that live in the Republic to get ourselves organized and see how we can form a community, and that I've been doing, for a while now, until I was asked to join the UK planning committee for the 40th anniversary we had the last time, and it became a huge success. Anyway, my role as the Vice President is to work with everyone else in the executive to support the President's vision for the alumni, and to work with every member of the executive, to see that we achieve our goals and objectives for the alumni. And this I can do very well with my ability. I am a very personable person. I'm a very friendly person, and very focused and organized, and very proactive. And I'm a very selfless person. I try to do my best in everything that I do. And I'm going to bring in all these qualities, to discharge my role as the Vice President in supporting the organization in every way I can. I can give the best of myself anytime when called upon. And I go beyond the call of duty to make sure that we get our goals and objectives done, So I'm a very friendly person, very focused, and I can work with anybody. I'm very tolerable, and I am always available, whenever I'm asked to do anything, and I will do it, to the best of my ability. And for my vision, how I perceive an alumni to look like, without the university, there can't be any alumni. So an alumni should be a community of old students, where we could meet and rub ideas, rub minds together, and see how we could lift our university up to the next level, how we can tap into our resources, to our knowledge and expertise, to help our university to get better, to get things done better, So the alumni should be a community of good people, friendly people, always ready, to help one another, to lift one another up, So that's my idea of an alumni community. We should be very vibrant, very vibrant, organization, that could be there, that should be there for one another, and particularly for the university where we all came out from. Thank you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Fantastic. Thank you for
You're
that,
welcome.
Mr. Olumide Adeyemi.
Thank you.
Is Mr. James Akinyemi here now? because I got it. Someone texted me that he's online.
So it's James Olaleye we have online, not Takim. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we are going to move right along. I do not is Miss Olufemi back online with us? We can always go back to her, but I'm just conscious of the fact that I do not want her to miss the opportunity to say her piece. However, as we know, we are subject to the whims of technology. Moving forward, we are going to call on Ms. Wonu Adeladun, who is contesting for the position of President Chair. Ms. Wonu, you will have the floor for 5 minutes. And again, our question to you is, what makes you unique for the position that you're contesting for? And what should an ideal alumni community look like? In addition to that, I suppose I'll just wait. I think, okay, I'll wait for my next question, the next question. So I'll give you the opportunity to use 5 minutes for these 2 questions, and then we can come back to you then. Thank you.
Thank
you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you. Very good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining tonight. And thank you to the committee for arranging this. Am I actually able to screen share? I have got some slides to share because that would make it easier for everyone.
Yeah, just a minute. Let Mr. Olajide add you as co-chair. That will enable you to share your screen.
Yeah, you have the co-host privileges. Please go ahead and share.
Thank you. Right. As the president, we're running for the presidency, and my role would be to lay out the vision for us as an alumni and for the EXCO to work together on. So I just thought the best way to do that would be to present this in slides. So please come with me on the journey. I have called it an agenda for transformation. Now, in terms of what I've been up to on the alumni, I have been posting since Sunday about things I've done, the roles I've played on the alumni. So I have not actually repeated those things in the slides because I only have 5 minutes. So I just thought, let me just go into the flesh of things. So background-wise, my name is Wonu Adeladun. I'm a graduate of OSOA. I graduated in 1991 and I studied chemistry. Since then, I've retrained into law. So I'm a solicitor in England and Wales, a project manager, as well as a chartered company secretary and a governance professional with over 25 years experience in human resources, finance, administration, procurement, legal practice and governance and the likes, as well as some professional memberships and certifications. So basically, I have got a lot that I'm bringing to serve and I've been serving with. My passion and what I call my alumni dream, I trace it back to the forefathers of the alumni, the founders, Baba Jashi and the lot in 1982. They must have had a strong reason for creating a university in the then Ondo state. Because a lot of this, they didn't go to OSWA, there was no ADO then, right? There was no, in their time, there was no University of EKSU or EKSU. So the way I see it is, we are here now. They've started this, they commissioned it, and the onus is on us to actually take it forward and make it a strong university, a strong alumni on the map. I've written this on the slides there. So that's really where my passion transcends from, and it's a strong one in me, basically. In terms of my vision for the alumni, I think, I see us as an alumni that should be vibrant. So an alumni community that is vibrant, inclusive, and fit for purpose. For us, UK residents and Ireland residents, and the global alumni community as well as our university. And if you have a vision, we need to have goals to get to the vision. So the goals I'm looking at, we're 20-something on this Zoom tonight. So obviously participation is major, collaboration amongst our members across the globe, across our global community as well, growth and vibrance across our alumni, making our alumni a safe place for all of us and a safe space. When you think of it, what makes a community? We have shared interests. We all went to ADO, And that's what binds us together. That's the bond between us. So we've got shared values, we need to appreciate our members, appreciate ourselves. We need to progress as individuals, as an alumni, and then we need to be heard. Well, our voices that can be heard, we all matter, so we all have things to bring. So that's about me and my dream and passion. In terms of the vision that I'm laying forward as the chairperson for over the next term, I've created some high-level plans for us to look at, and I've said smart working to specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timely. And I've said year one of the 3-year term, we'll benchmark with best practice alumni workings across UK universities. Now, the good thing in this is it is much easier for me to do because I'm actually a member of 4 top university alumni in the UK. So my focus will be on the systems that they use to run alumni. The alumni that I belong to, we don't have WhatsApp groups at all, and things function really well. We go back, everything is digitalized. So I've got that to bring to us and to our alumni. So focus on systems, on memberships, on value add, on events. That's year one. Year two, we're looking at building our member register, attracting our members that are out there. We don't want to keep being 23 at meetings. So let's do things that will bring our people together. Create subscribing member-only interactive and informing sections on the alumni website, which means we want to have a website. We haven't got one yet. And we want to reflect on membership benefits. What would attract people to join our alumni? What are they going to gain? So when we run events, we give discounts. We're looking to store discounts. We look into things that people, when you join associations, you have subscriber perks, right? So we look at what we can get for our members, what can make it attractive, basically. So that's year two, and support sub-chapter launches. So we're looking at Ireland, we're looking at Scotland, so we would have sub-chapters within our main chapter. And then year three, we'll be improving on what we've created, maintaining stability, continuity, and looking to hand over to the next ESCO. And we're looking at what would then be very, very less ASU free, because everything will be systemized. So they would have things to work into and to take forward. So that's the high level planning. Now I've broken this down to part A and part B, the main plan. I've called one the hit the ground running plan, because people would normally ask, what are you going to do in your first 100 days? What would keep the ESCO busy right away? So the first thing would be the handover formalities with the CC, bank accounts, social media handles, any other business, the projects that they've got running, things that they would want to pass on to the next regime. The ESCO induction, getting to know ourselves, the roadmap, the performance measures, outlines, things to do going forward. Then we'll be creating committees, because at the end of the day, 8 people cannot run our alumni by ourselves. We want an inclusive organization. So we'll be creating committees to run things like our events, to review our constitution, to sit on recognition and award committees. We want to recognize our members, reward people for long service in the industry, making us proud as EKSU alumnus in our societies and our organizations. So we'll have committees to look into all these things, compliance and audit, to look after how we, the ESCO, will run things. We need to have some big brother that would help us get things right, or at least manage things around us. And then we'll procure an alumni Zoom so that we can have our own EKSU channel of sorts. People can go in there, book time slots, and run events. It could be yoga, it could be exercises at 6 a.m. We have a Zoom, it's our Zoom. So you can book time on it and run things for 5 people, 6 people, and let's just be growing. Use us for your public speaking experience or experience building, right? We're there, just training, all sorts. So we'll get the Zoom channel sorted. And we call it Congress meeting, because we need to know ourselves now for connection. We need to appoint our trustees, because again, big brother, we've got to have accountability. And then members will be able to meet the committees that we're putting together. And then we'll plan our first face-to-face big event after EKSU at 40, which will be our year-end event. And I'll talk more about that later. And then we commission the committees that would kick off straight away, like the Constitution Committee. Our Constitution refers to presidents, and there can only be one president on the alumni. So that makes it very imminent that our committee needs to kick in and review the Constitution so that we can be compliant globally. And then that starts. So we'll create a lineup of events, and you might like to know that we're thinking of our own flagship event, which will be evening with our members. So we could just call on anyone, call on Pastor Lola, call on Mr. Olubusi, call on Mr. SOJ, and just have an evening with them. Ask about their story, their career, their life, and just just get to know our people and learn from them, get mentoring, get mentorship, coaching, and all sorts from there. So, and we'll bring in outsiders as well. Roundtable conversations, panel lectures and things like that. And we're looking at taking this all the way to adult through the global alumni, of course, right? Like we can run Zooms in the UK that our students could participate in and we can be a blessing to them. So we'll initiate the November year-end dinner that I said I would come back to. So we should have, we're due one anyway. So a year-end event in November, this is what I'm thinking of, but obviously the ESCO will sit down on it and think about it. December will be costly, so November will be cheaper. And then we'll have a Congress and a big annual recognition night, which we're hoping will be an annual event for our members that have done big things and notable things in our community that have done us proud out there. Let's recognize our own, right? So all this, we kind of spice for our alumni going forward. And then we'll talk about the annual dues and see how we can kickstart that. So that's like the immediate hit the ground running kind of plan. And then plan B, transformation would start. Activate social media handles and create our websites. Now there are plans for the details, right? We've got so many techie people here on our alumni, so we'll draw on our talents, right? We'll introduce digitalization alongside in-person activities, emailing, e-newsletter, e-calendar. We've got the calendar. When we go to our gyms, we don't go to anyone. We just go into the calendar. We book 1 hour slot for our, for our aerobics, right? So why can't we add that on the alumni? So we can go in there and book things. So everybody would know what's happening for the year. And that will take a big, massive role of the secretary, because the secretary can then focus more on the transformation that we're working on. So we'll have meeting templates. So all the normal day-to-day stuff really will be digitalized and systemized for us. E-payments of our dues. And then, of course, we'll have an audit committee that will audit our accounts. So payments will go into the bank and the committee will do what committees do. E-events, like I said, on Zoom, roundtable, I've mentioned those already, networking, interest groups. So women could come together and have interest groups about women, career people, social workers could come together and mingle. Anyone wants to get into an industry, we have people in that field already. They can mentor, they can tell us how to be a project manager and things like that, or how to be a nurse, how to be, we just mingle together and grow together, basically. And then in-person events. We've been having events in England and Wales forever. So it's time we now moved to Scotland and Ireland. Our constitution says 2 general meetings per year. So 1 more in England this year, that's fair enough. But then next year, we'll be looking at going to Scotland physically and Ireland physically. Now, we've got a team in Scotland, we've got a team in Ireland, so they can actually plan the hosting and everything else, and we just get ourselves there. Of course, these events will be hybrid events because some would not be able to go, but we want to recognize that we are an inclusive community. So yeah, so we'll have streamlined meetings, templates for everything, standard agenda, everything will be on our internet once it's created. You log in there, you can check minutes of our meetings, you can check what's going on the ESCO, on the committee, who is sharing what, who the trustees are, transparency, basically, run it like a proper organization. Like I said before, I'm a chartered company secretary, so that's the highest qualification you could have in organizing, when we're in corporation management. So I've got that to bring to our alumni. Agile ESCO working, very important. Go with the pace of the time, be flexible, be adaptable. And that's what we're looking at, hassle-free, non-onerous alumni service. We're looking at the next ESCO bill, basically working into it. We're not having to basically canvass or ask any, basically people are interested in serving the alumni because it's user-friendly and it's a good thing to do. And it will be good on the CV because it's now an organization. So that's that. And then I'll move on now to, I've been talking about Plan B. It's now the inclusive bit, which is your alumni needs you. Everything I've rolled out is a lot, and I've whisked through it because I'm trying to squeeze in so much into my 5 minutes. But the alumni needs everyone. So I, leading and together with our ESCO team, would implore you, our other members, to please support this work. There will be a lot of work to do, but we're in it together, please. Implore you to support the work. We'll approach our members to join committees. We'll drive sponsorship, fundraising, connections, mentoring, coaching, networking. We'll drive member feedback. We're looking at biannual feedback. I just want to know how we're doing so that you can talk to us and we can take actions on the feedback. And then, of course, we welcome random feedback as well. And then with influence liaisons between ourselves here, with the global alumni presidents, and with EKSU, the university, as well as EKSU students. The bottom line is what I said before, we've got so many talents in the UK that we can run Zoom lectures in the UK for students in Ado. You read well, there's no pharmacy in Ado. I was going to say pharmacy. You read sciences in Ado. You want to run, and you work in sciences here. You want to run a lecture on sciences in the new decade. We can run a Zoom here on our Zoom channel, and we can arrange for Ado students to log on, going through the global alumni, but we can't reach Ado without going through the global alumni. We're one big community. So all those sort of things, we'll work together and see how we can move forward. Like I said before, the dream of the forefathers was to have a great EKSU, a great OSWA, a great UNAD, and that dream should live on in us after their time. And that's pretty much what I'm on about. So I'm keeping you informed as necessary. We've said that already. We have the website and everything else. Email, that will give us our own domain address, of course. So everything will be more sophisticated for us. And yeah, so that's that bit. And now in conclusion, our greatest asset, the way I say it, would be our processes and methodology, those systems that we will create to run our alumni and keep our alumni running. When we think of it, EKSU being 40 years of age means we have a very rare privilege of being at the building stage still. When you look at Cambridge, I think it's 813 years old. Anyone that goes there now is only a number, more or less. Us in Ado, we're like a major player, each one of us. We can bring great transformation if we put in the efforts. We have, in the UK and Ireland, we have in 2022, initiated connections with some UK universities, and we organized a week-long event that brought us awesome transformation mentally and physically. We did that. So we can do more if we group as best. Our grouping can be hassle-free too. Let us do this together, all together. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Me done.
Thank you very much. Do we have questions for Ms. Wonu, please? This is your opportunity to ask her anything that may be bothering or be on your mind as per the next steps for the alumni. So please take a moment, ask questions. The question I wanted to ask was the 100 days, and she already included that in her presentation, so which makes me very happy. So do we have any questions for Ms. Wonu, please?
Yes, I think I have a question, please.
Go right ahead, Mr. Olufunso.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Wonu. Please, what's going to be the flagship of your transformation agenda? What's going to be the core program that you want to make the corner of the transformation agenda? Thank you.
The key theme is we have one unified ESCO serving the alumni to get us an increasingly vibrant alumni community. One that is fit for purpose, one that our members within would find attractive to participate in, and our members outside would want to join. Now, anyone that thinks an alumni is a waste of time, we want them to look at our alumni and say, actually, it's worth joining because, they've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. So that's pretty much what we are looking at. At the moment, our alumni is not really on the map. I put some statistics on the WhatsApp platform during the week. I kind of went behind the scenes and did some analytics. And we thought for every one member on our alumni WhatsApp platform, we probably know about 3 people or 4 people out there. They know we exist, but they kind of think, what's there to join? So for us, we want to have, there is everything to join, and it's going to be hassle-free. It won't be a waste of time, and you will be proud to be a part of it. We don't want a case where we have an Obama tomorrow, and that's when suddenly everyone is saying they went to Ado. We want to start building the Ado now, so that we all grow together. Have I answered your question?
Thank you. Yeah, you did. Thank you.
So we have 2 people that have raised their hands.
Yeah, Miss Ifejobi raised her hands first, so if you will take you, and then Mr. Ola Omole will be next.
Yes, sorry, may I stop screen sharing, please? If you don't mind. Thank you.
Miss Ifejobi.
Yeah, can you all hear me? Thank you very much. My question is to Ms. Wonu Adeladu. I'm just noting today that there are only 24 people out of about 200 of the alumni who joined into this meeting today. And if you are elected as the chairperson, how will you engage these members? How will you engage? How would you what will you do to get more people to join into these meetings? What will you do to encourage people to actually want to be part of this, of this alumni? 24 people out of 200 is really underrepresentation. I'm a bit sad about that, to be honest. But as a president, what would you do to encourage more participation from the Congress? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ifejobi. So can I just have the screen taken back by the EC, please? Because I'm still screen sharing, so that I can see faces and engage better, please. You don't mind? Okay, stop share. I've got to stop. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Right, thank you. Right. So the point raised by Mr. Ifejobi there, it's not a new one. We've had this issue for a long time. I think a lot of people would know that I have always been an alumni ambassador and a promoter on this alumni. Now, personally, I mean, I have benefited from the alumni community in the UK since the 90s. I could remember when I first returned to the UK, I had support from alumni people. I got my first job through alumni connections. They even taught me how to pronounce words, right? How to navigate the underground. So I've always valued the alumni community. Our members are out there and we have them as friends. I personally have shed loads of people, right? As in alumni people that are not within. Now the WhatsApp platform is not the alumni, right? Many alumni people would not put their telephone numbers on a WhatsApp platform. I've just said it, I belong to 4 UK alumni bodies. None of the 4 run anything by telephone numbers. That's why I've said we want to go digital. We want to make sure that we have platforms that everyone can find their own, so everyone can plug in somewhere. If you're a Facebook person, Facebook will be available for you. If you're an Instagram fan, Instagram will be there. If you're into, the website will be the general go-to for everybody. We'll have a website that is built professionally, user-friendly, safe and secure, cookies, GDPR, everything compliant. Like I said, I'm training compliance. So we do things properly so that our people will find, I did use the word safe space, safe place, right? So our people would find our platforms safe to engage within, and they would find things trusting, right? Or trustworthy, we can engage, can trust us basically. So we'll have everything for everyone. Our WhatsApp can never be a judge of alumni interest. I mean, before I came here tonight, I spoke with some alumni members who, I engaged, not speaking, at a chat. Alumni members who are not on the platform, they totally belong. They chat with us behind the scenes, but they got on WhatsApp. Now, when it comes to coming on Zoom, I've had someone say to me, I'm in a restaurant. I've had someone say to me, I'm at an event, right? So we would have to basically work together progressively and find what suits us in running this alumni. This alumni, by the way, Mr. Ifejobi, it's been around since the 90s, right? And it's gotten to a stage where, I've been doing things behind the scenes and on the background. People who have been on our platform for a long time would have been hearing my name for a very long time, right? So I push for events, I push for meetings, I push for all sorts, I put my energy behind things a lot. And this is all to do with us building numbers, building participation. But we've got to keep working on a continuous improvement. We've got to keep finding what will work for us. That's why we talk about surveys and feedback. We've got to ask people. We had some people who attended EKSU at 40, and they gave us some interesting feedback. Whilst we thought things were brilliant, they gave us some constructive, but things that we could do differently. And those sort of things will be taken on board. So people want to know, what's your alumni doing? Why should I be a part of the alumni? What's the value add? That's the thing. You see, what exactly would I gain from coming to the alumni? So we have to think of all these things. So there's no straightforward answer. It's continuous improvement. And I have been on this for decades on the alumni, and we are on it. Now I'm fronting things. So energy will be put in a different way. And I'm glad you're on the alumni as well, Ms. Ifejobi. And I've said it is an inclusive ESCO. So everyone would be invited to chip in one way or the other. And I'm sure if it's bothered you, you must have ideas on how we can make it better. We are an inclusive alumni, and we sure will be asking you for your inputs. Thank you very much. I hope I've answered your question, Ife.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ola Omole, you have the floor to ask your question.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Walnut. My question, possibly most have answered it, or we discuss about it. So we've got members that are not on the platform, but is your team going to create another medium? Because how do we know the true representation? How do we know the true membership? If we have people that are not part of the platform and they are part of the alumni, because I think that's one of the challenges we have at the moment. So is there anything you will be thinking to do? Are we going to create another medium so that we can have the total number, we can have, I mean, they were 200, we are 300 members.
Right. So the ticket we are putting forward, I say we because we'll be an ESCO, a team of our members serving us. We are not planning, so I'm not proposing us reinventing the wheel. We have got a member register already. We can only grow from where we're at now. Our alumni is running already. It has been running. So we're only thinking of taking it forward, continuous improvement, growing. So everyone grows. We're all growing by the day. So our alumni is only growing. Now, in terms of how do we count ourselves? Now, when you think of what makes people join an alumni, they would ask questions, right? What is in it for them? I'm seeing some faces here tonight that I've not seen on our Zoom before, and I won't mention their names. I won't put them on the spot, but thank you for coming. Now, persistence, insistence, asking people to come on board. But when you do all of that, you got to also remember that when they ask you, why should they come on board? What is in it for them? They call it with him, right? What's in it for me? If it's going to be a waste of my time, why should I come? Now, the ESCO has got that big mandate on their hands, and we've got that to now start working on. And that was why I read out the 6 or 7 slides and all those plans. We have to start offering things. We have to start doing things. We have to be seen as delivering. Otherwise, what is there to plug to? Right? If anyone asks you, if you say you've got an alumni, we're not about meetings, by the way, because why should we meet all the time? What are we discussing, right? But we want to be vibrant, we want to be progressive. We want to have, if you're a coach, you want to be able to have people that would enjoy your coaching. If you're an IT specialist and we have people who want to go into IT, they should be able to plug into the IT gurus that we have in-house, right? If you're into project management, you should be able to guide us on how to take Prince 2 and get into these jobs and be growing as well. When we have things, if you're a mom and we've got someone who is a new mom and they find it challenging and you're like an expert in mothering, you might be able to get on Zoom and give us some coaching there. And if people have got things to gain, if you're a marriage counselor, we may have members who could do with 1 hour or so of just talking about the things that really matter to people. We're all human beings, right? So life is much more about just being on the alumni. Why are you on the alumni? We want to be, the go-to for our members. So members are coming from Nigeria, for instance, they want to come study here. We want to be able to have a platform they can reach into, plug into. Now, we've just arrived yesterday. We've arrived into, we want to come study oil and gas in Aberdeen. Do you have anybody there? Yes, we have an Aberdeen chapter. We want to come to University of London, this and that. Yes, I attended University of London. All sort of things like that. Right? We want to come together and have things that we are offering. If you're a director out there and you went to EKSU, you might be thinking, what am I doing attending alumni meetings? As in, they're not at my level. But actually, maybe if you come on board and you give us some coaching, maybe you can have more people in your league, and then someday we're all advancing and not getting there, you see? So maybe you're into legal practice, some people have got immigration or they want to buy property or they want to invest, joint ventures and how do contracts work, wills and probate. You have things to say, you have Zoom events, you talk about it. Believe you me, when people know, when our members know that we have things to offer, that our alumni is vibrant, then we can go out there and say, there was a time we had one of our ladies, a Mary Kay consultant. I can see another Mary Kay director on the Zoom call now. And us women, in terms of how we turn out, you could do with a bit of 1 hour on how to just apply makeup and things like that. Why not? And we'll be better for it. You feel better for it, right? And then if it's taking exams, all sort of things that I could talk about, right? Everything in life matters, right? From how we turn out, interviewing skills. We have HR practitioners here. We have people going through things at work. A lot of things are going on, right? We're a full holistic body. If we have things to offer and we have these things on our website, people would access these things. So basically all we'll be pushing forward are just our website links, right? If we push forward our website link, people would go on our website, they will check what is going on. then they would want to be a part of it, and we'll be inviting them to come and help us grow. We'll be actually asking for ideas. Why don't you want to join? What can we do to make you participate? You already went to ADO, you are an alumni already, right? That's already a fact of life. But what can we do to make you participate? Because if we were like some other university, maybe we won't have to be begging you, but it is what it is. But what can we do to make you a part of it? So yeah, so we're not, so back to your point, we're not starting a new register. We have a register already. We just want to be growing it. All of us here, if we're 23 on this platform, we'll probably represent over 100 of us. So if we have enough things to bring them in, to bring our members in, like Christ left, for the Bible scholars, leaving 99 to chase after one, right? So if we take on all those examples and go out there, harvest is plenty, laborers are few, and go out there and be fishers of alumni members, I think our alumni would grow. But we must bring value, we must add value. We must have something to offer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Wanu. And thank you for members that have posed questions to Ms. Wanu to elaborate further on her plans for the alumni once our elections are over. I want to ask, is Ms. Olufemi, is that her name? Yeah, Ms. Olufemi, are you here now?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So Ms. Olufemi, if you take the floor, we'll give you 2 minutes to be able to, sell yourself to our members. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Olufemi Adegorua. I did integrated science education in 1995. I'm vying for the post of treasurer. I run my personal business, and over the years, I have experience as a treasurer in my church, and I've worked in this capacity in different walks of life. Prudence, I have experience in bookkeeping. I am accountable. I am reachable. I can work with people. I can work as a team. I look forward to working with every ESCO member, and passionate about this association, really. And what am I looking forward to in our association is I want to increase the connectivity between people in Ireland and other parts of the alumni. Increase the inclusiveness, progressive, vibrant association. That's what I'm looking forward to. And to increase, the participation of people, most especially in Ireland. I love to work with people, and I have so many friends in the association, which I would also, encourage to participate at all times. With all this, that's all I have to say about my inclusion in the association. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olufemi. Does anyone have questions for Mr. Olufemi, who is contesting for the role of treasurer? Any questions at all? Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, everyone. I think at this point we have come to the conclusion of our what was it again? Manifesto night. That's it. Sorry, my brain went on a fizz for a moment there. So we have come to the end of our manifesto night because we have had the opportunity to hear from all of the contestants for the various roles. Now I would like us to take a moment because for us to think about how our association is going to progress and look at the various people, learn their names, look at their faces, and know who you are going to vote for. I mean, even when it's just one person, they have to still convince you that they can do the job. I will leave Mr. Olajide to have closing remarks, and then we would close from there. Mr. Olajide.
Thank you very much. I just want to say thank you to everyone that had been part of this program, regardless of the number of people that attended. I think it was still right for us to meet those who have put themselves forward to lead our association. And I believe with what we have heard this evening, it shows the kind of quality, even in the content and the character of the people that have put themselves forward. All I will say is, if we look at what has been common, the common denominator for all the contestants that have spoken, it is all about an all-inclusive alumni community. It means there is a place for everyone and there is a role for everyone. Even though they have offered themselves to serve or to lead the association, we wouldn't leave them just entirely to the work of administering the affairs of the association. I would just say, if when they are eventually elected, let us all support them and give them our own ideas of what we expect to benefit from an association like ours. And I'm saying this running through the perspective of where we have come from, picking examples from other countries and how they build communities here that make them to prepare even for generations yet unborn. And this is the kind of things we can do as an alumni association, building a very strong, viral and vibrant community where there is a place, a safe place for everyone, where no one has to suffer in silence. So with this, the Electoral Committee would like to, at this point, thank you, while I offer thanks to the other members of the Electoral Committee, the chair of the CC and members of the CC, and all those who have gladly attended the program tonight. Your ballot will continue to go out during the course of the week. Please, when you receive your ballot, you still have to vote, regardless of whether it is only one person contesting or not. Because if you do not vote for them, you are showing that you do not endorse their candidature. And that is why you will still need to cast that vote for them, even where there is only one person contesting. And where there are two people contesting position, please select a candidate of your choice based on what we have seen tonight. So I just want to say thank you to everyone once again. It has been an interesting and interactive moment. Thanks to our host, Lola Martins, and thanks to all the contestants. And I think this is a very convenient place where we say good night. Thank you all for joining, and we hope to see you when next we are declaring the results. Thanks so much. A round of applause for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you,
Enjoy
everyone.
your summer. Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yes, everyone.
Thank you.